The World Pediatric Project invests millions in medical care for Dominicans. Consultant psychiatrist Dr. Griffin Benjamin condemns the disrespect of vagrants. And free tuition for all DSC Mismatch Jamboree pageant contestants. I am Lurian Graham with the Channel 5 News. Details coming up.
Beauty Wise on Hanover Street in Roseau carries a wide assortment of wigs and weaves, including Brazilian or Malaysian hair and Indian Remy in various lengths and styles, and expression and 100% canicolon for all your braiding needs. Beauty Wise offers hair products from African Pride, Revlon, and hair clippers for men in quality brands like Wall and Andes. Come to Beauty Wise for your intimates, hosiery, personal hygiene, and salon products, and a wide array of accessories in gold and silver. Beauty Wise, the wise one-stop shop for beauty supplies.
Time has come. Time for passion, for friends. Time to share. It's KFC cricket time. Live the ICC Cricket World Cup 2015 and gear up for greatness with KFC and Pepsi. Purchase your KFC Cricket Time meal with delicious chicken pieces, sides, and a refreshing Pepsi. And accumulate coupons to win a free Cricket World Cup inspired t-shirt. It's KFC Cricket Time. So good.
Shopping is a lot easier with Courts Ready Finance. Choose what you want from our wide range of quality products and we take care of the rest. Courts Ready Finance's affordability means there's no deposit. There's no need for a lump sum of cash. It's flexible, which means you choose your payment term and you're guaranteed the lowest monthly payments anywhere. Best of all, it's easy. Easy to get and easy to pay. Shop at Courts today and get what you want hassle-free. Courts Ready Finance. Easy, affordable, flexible.
First up in the news, the United States World Pediatric Project has invested just over $2 million EC in free medical care for Dominicans.
The World Pediatric Project's mission is to link direct pediatric critical care services to children in the Caribbean and Central America. It has spent in excess of $18 million in the Caribbean region. Since 2002, 7 children here have benefited from WPP services amounting to $2,227,863. The director of the Eastern Caribbean visited the island last week.
It's based on gifts and kind donation, persons who are willing to share, who are willing to help less fortunate. So in Richmond, Virginia, they have an annual auction where they ask hotels to give of their kind, and it's auctioned off. Who wins it will come and be part of it. Our CEO, Susan Rickman, she goes from state to state seeking support from persons who are willing to invest in other lesser, fortunate persons.
Certified physicians and nurses working in the pediatric field are part of the WPP. They are volunteers and do not receive any compensation for their work. Their services include visiting countries to evaluate patients and conducting surgical procedures. Dr. Rhonda McIntyre is the point person locally who identifies patients who require surgery. To date, 36 surgeries have been done on locals referred to U.S. hospitals, which the WPP has partnerships with.
We do a number, about 10 different missions. We do neonatology, we do general surgery, we do optal and plastic surgery. We have 2 orthopedic missions that come, one that deals specifically with spinal fusion, the scoliosis. We have urology, we have neurosurgery. And our schedule is sent to Dr. McIntyre, all for the whole region. So each island is aware when the teams are coming and they send their cases to me. I send it off to Richmond. They ask questions that Dr. McIntyre and other pediatricians will answer that I can't answer. And then the list is prepared. St. Vincent is seen as the hub. So all islands converge there and these children are looked at.
In other news, consultant psychiatrist Dr. Griffin Benjamin condemns the disrespect of vagrants or any vulnerable group in Dominica. Dr. Benjamin was responding to the latest case of assault of a vagrant who, as a result of his injuries, was admitted to the Princess Margaret Hospital.
The rights of vagrants are well documented internationally. In the Caribbean, There are times when authorities have acted totally against the interests of the vagrants by just picking them up, gathering them up, throw them somewhere. And they have been challenged. People have been prosecuted. Vagrants have won some legal benefits in the court for action being taken against them with impunity by people who are acting on behalf of the state. I can only speak for the psychiatric unit. No, I'm not saying anything happened in Dominica because I have not investigated. But from those of us in the psychiatric unit, we know we are not going to ever be involved in any activity that disrespect the right of any sector, any group in Dominica, particularly vulnerable people like the vagrants.
Dr. Benjamin had this to say about the case.
It's a national problem. So my appeal to the leaders of Dominica, public health. In fact, the best advice I got about this matter today was refer the matter back to my chief medical officer and to my permanent secretary, so they can address it and the country can know what is the status of the assistance that the government is willing to provide to vagrancy.
The consultant psychiatrist says a proposal presented to the Minister of Health by the Dominica Hotel and Tourism Association should push for better treatment of vagrants in Dominica. He says the Minister of Health is encouraged by the proposal and he is awaiting feedback.
We advise government that systems like day hospital service, the occupational therapy service, these two forms of therapy have worked in other countries. And the objective of the hospital and occupational therapy is for a rehabilitation, re-enabling people who we think are probably physically able, even if they have some form of disability. They have some mental ability to do things. If only we can teach them and show them how to live again, we think that will help them to regain the ability to take care of themselves. And that's where we are offering our help.
On to education now, where the Ministry of Education expects more funding to continue to implement the next phase of its universal early childhood education program.
Within 3 years of implementing the Universal Early Childhood Education Program, the Ministry of Education has opened 5 new preschools. Universal access to early childhood education means that all children get the opportunity to attend an early childhood center or preschool before receiving a formal primary school education. The Ministry of Education is aiming for 100% access to preschools. So far, 94% access to children 3 to 5 years has been achieved.
The Ministry of Education has really been ensuring that we implement the program as promised, beginning with the preschools, and then we'll move on to the early 0 to 3. To date, we have opened 5 new preschools, as you have known, but in addition to that, we also accommodate preschools that are already existing in communities into our primary schools to afford them better learning environments. In addition to that, we also provide them with furniture which is developmentally appropriate, that is for their age, and also to give them materials.
Bells, Campbell, Roseau, Pishley, and Trafalgar now have centers to educate children of preschool age. George says there are cases where parents prefer to keep children home and instead start their formal education fresh at grade K. Warner, Concord, and Wharton Waven are under the next phase of the program, in which new centers will be set up. George says the program is currently in budget mode.
We started creating access by looking at the communities where there were no centers. And in communities where we already had centers, we know very often these centers are in rented space. They are not in buildings that are purpose-built for early childhood. So we move them into the primary school. Of course, we do the necessary upgrading, ensure that the school meets the standards that are set in SRNO number 59 of 2003, and we afford our children a better learning environment.
Where is Dominica as it relates to universal early childhood education when compared to the rest of the region?
I hope number one, because we go to regional conferences and I've never really heard anybody say that their country has made the pronouncement to implement universal access to early childhood. When we go to conferences, I very often have to speak of my best practices, so I think Dominica is well placed as it relates to early childhood.
Still in education, a U.S.-based charitable organization has given an over $50,000 donation for education enhancement locally.
The Dominica Health and Education Initiative, DAHI, has donated 21 computers, 2 laptops, and stationery to select primary schools and early childhood centers. DAHI was founded by Dominicans Dr. Anne-Marie LaRonde Richards and Farrah LaRonde Hutchinson, who are based in Boston, Massachusetts. The organization aims to improve aspects of health and education on island. A ceremony to hand over the items took place on Thursday at the Ministry of Education's Bath Estate building.
The following primary schools will receive 1 desktop computer: Wharton Wavern, Caleb John Laura Primary, Colibistry, Soufriere and Grand Bay Primary Schools, and 1 laptop to the Bright Beginning Center Preschool. A similar donation will be made to 15 other primary schools in the upcoming week. In collaboration with Ms. Vida George, some office supplies will be distributed to a few early childhood centers as well.
Any non-governmental organization or private sector firm wishing to make a donation to education must consult the Ministry of Education to determine the level of need.
When we receive supplies, especially equipment, we have to look at the specifications of those equipment, because they have to conform, especially computers, to certain specifications before we can say yes, we'll accept. Because otherwise, you don't know what you're getting. You may get empty shells and so on. I know that is not the case with DAHI, because they did speak with us to find out information about the specifications.
In more education news, a parent of past students of the Dominica State College credits the institution as a stepping stone to pursue further tertiary education. Gloria Tavernet says although things may not be in place yet for the State College to receive a certification from the National Accreditation Board, the institution is still recognized internationally. Tavernet recounts her experience as a parent during the process of transferring credits to Iowa State College.
And one of the gratifying aspect of it was that the college accepted the grades from here. So the credits that they had, they were accepted, and from there they moved on. My son, well, he was a recipient of a Chinese scholarship, and he is in China, graduated already, and speaks very fluent Chinese, and right now he's working there. So it is a plus for them, because of the exposure, the matureness that they achieved, and to be able to move on.
The parent also says the A-levels also helped push her children forward towards completing their studies.
The A-level was a plus for them, because the certificates that they received, they also requested that. And I also think that even for my second daughter, that was one of the ways that she was just pushed forward, when she went to Iowa State. So they looked at everything in a wholesome. So the question of the A-level, which is an advanced study, was really beneficial to her also.
Tavernet says the issue of accreditation from the National Accreditation Board did not hamper her children transferring credits to other institutions.
The university that they went to, they requested their grades. So I had to go to the college and receive it, and the transcript, they requested that. So it means that they are accepting it.
Coming up on the Channel 5 News, we speak to a Dominican in the U.S. making his mark in the clothing industry.
Yes, Patrice?
Doc, your 2 o'clock is ready when you are.
Okay, bring him in. Hi, Kyle. Come and sit and talk to me. Kyle, your mom brought you here because she's worried about you.
I'm okay.
I hear you have a new friend named Ricardo.
Ricardo is my brother's friend. We take a lot of pictures together. He gets really happy and gives me all the toys I want.
How do you feel when you take all those pictures?
Sometimes he asks me to do things that hurt, but the pain goes away.
1 in 5 boys and 1 in 3 girls under 18 is sexually abused in the Caribbean. Treating the symptoms doesn't treat the abuse. Reporting is easy and it's confidential. Break the silence. Child abuse is one secret you should not keep. You are right to tell. For further information on child abuse, call 266-3020 or 266-3080.
When life moves fast, you need something to keep up with you. That's why you need the MyLime app. Remember the days of lining up to top up your phone? Well, not anymore. Now you can top up to start talking the night away. How about those pesky bills for postpaid? If you'd like to look at your entire bill, press download. Do you have that friend that always spams you for phone credit? Let's send them some credit. Need to post your selfies online? How about getting a data bolt on? Using the MyLime app takes less than 10 seconds. Now go forth and text, WhatsApp, and watch videos. My life, my way, MyLime.
It's March Madness at Quartz. Get all for nothing and nothing to pay for 30 days. Plus, get mad deals all over the store. And it gets even better with one crazy deal every single day. So Quartz is the place to be all month long for new deals every day in the biggest March Madness promotion. Don't miss it. It's gonna be mad.
It's movies, entertainment, sports, news, travel, cuisine, and arts. Pink TV is here with over 80 great channels to choose from to satisfy your entertainment needs no matter what. Watch all your pay-per-view programs with ease. Tier services included Fox Soccer Plus, Speed TV, and tennis. Watch quality local programming like the Channel 5 News and Ion Sports, all from the comfort of your home in full digital and HD. The thrill, the scare, and the emotion. Marpin 2K for Pink TV, bringing value home because life is better with Marpin.
Thank you for staying with us. For the first time in the DSC Miss Mass Jamboree pageant, all contestants will receive free tuition until graduation at the institution. President of the State College, Dr. Donald Peters, made the announcement at the prize-giving ceremony on Thursday. Originally, only the Miss DSC Mass Jamboree would be awarded 1 year free tuition, but this year the president took a different decision. In addition to the grand surprise, the ladies received other prizes. The 2015 DSC Miss Mass Jamboree received the following prizes.
Carla will receive 1 year free tuition, compliments the DSC, an Alcatel one-touch pop, a dinner for 2 compliments Fortune Hotel, a gift compliments Queen's Jewelry, a gift certificate from Dons and Divas, and 1 year free dental care compliments Dr. Damien Dublin.
Carla also received the category prize for her awards in Miss Intelligence, Best Runway, Best in Thematic Wear, and Best in Evening Wear. First runner-up, Charisse Fabienne, who received the award for Best Talent, received a smartphone from Lime. Second runner-up, Chantal George, received the prize for Best Evening Wear. She also received a smartphone. Third runner-up, Brianna Vidal, received a $100 voucher from Jolly's Pharmacy and a $50 top-up from Lime. And finally, let's turn now to what is being called the latest innovation in wearable technology, with a Dominican at the center of it.
Colorado-based actor and model Elvis Edwards has designed a hoodie which is quickly becoming popular around the world. Edwards, originally from Calabishi, has invented Vaporwear, a hoodie with drawstrings doubling as a vaporizer, meaning people can smoke through the garment.
Right now, I have the biggest invention in the world right now. I'm in South Africa right now. South Africa is one of my biggest customers right now. I'm telling you, I just get an order for 1,000 hoodies in South Africa, 1,000 in Australia. It's big.
We asked Elvis whether this hoodie could become a fire hazard.
Because there is no fire involved. Everything is battery. And not even battery is like, because I don't know if you've ever seen a vape pen, but everything is, there's no fire. There is no electricity. Everything is burnt inside.
Medical marijuana is not legal in Dominica, but for those who use cannabis as therapy for seizures and other ailments, this innovation would allow them access to their medicine when it's needed.
I live in Colorado. I see how all my friends smoking weed for the chronic pain, back pain. So I said, you know what, I'm going to do something to help all those people and make it more easy for them to use it, you know what I mean? So what I did, I developed a clothes that you can have your pen, like a vapor pen, all the time. I don't care if you're driving, if you're skiing, if you're riding a bike, you always have access to your pen.
Edward says he plans on producing a version of the vaporware hoodie for distribution in the Caribbean.
Up next on the Channel 5 News, your sporting highlights.
In the sporting highlights, former president of the Dominica Football Association, Dexter Francis, presenting himself to once again take the helm of the organization, coming out of a court matter this week, which concluded that the current president was not duly elected. Francis spoke to Channel 5 Sports Thursday, saying that he was a victim of a lack of respect for the association's constitution for the past 3 years. He's adamant all actions following his dismissal from DFA presidency in 2012 proved detrimental to local football. He says he's also unhappy with the state of local football.
According to our constitution, according to the constitution of Dominica Football, of the FIFA, organization, there can be no executive leadership unless there has been an election. And if that is the case, then FIFA is obliged, even in its own constitution, not to recognize that organization. And any decision that FIFA might have taken, pertinent and relevant in interacting with that organization, FIFA itself, in its own constitution, decides that it can nullify all its decisions. The Dominica Football Association executive has had Dominica's footballers, myself, the membership, the country, at risk for the last 3 years. They have had no defense. I'm dissatisfied with our position in Dominica football, and I want this to be a platform, my brothers and sisters. I'm telling you, this is the announcement of my intention to again contest for the election as president of the Dominica Football Association. I have great visions for us, and I don't even want to comment. You know what? If you really want to find out about what the Dominica Football Association executive has done in the last how many years, get the reports, get the president's reports, my brothers and sisters. This is where we function and this is how we operate if we want to really move ourselves forward. Get the reports of the Dominica Football Association executive president's report and activities, and let us look at where we are and where we need to go and what has been done. There's a lot of work to be done. The association, to my mind, hasn't even begun to address this. If our membership can allow an injustice to perpetuate for 3 years with our constitution, we cannot even begin to speak about where we are. We're nowhere.
Meanwhile, Channel 5 Sports attempted to hear from Glenn Etienne. However, he chose not to comment on the matter. In more football, Dominica travels to Antigua on Friday to take on the guys of the land of sun, sand and sea in an international friendly on Sunday.
The technical staff of the Dominica Football Association has selected a 20-man squad to represent Dominica in a friendly international match against Antigua and Barbuda on Sunday, 15th March 2015. The team, which leaves Island on Friday, 13th March, is captained by goalkeeper Glenson Prince and will have midfielder Chad Bertrand as vice-captain. Only one overseas-based player is included in the lineup in the person of Julian Wade. 3 players will be making their debut, and they are Scotty Phillip, Malian Phillip, and Travis Joseph. The rest of the squad reads Hubert Prince, Courtney Mackenzie, Malcolm Joseph, Kevin Lawrence, Dalton Banis, Aldrin Lawrence, Jocelyn Prince, Brian Thomas, Nahil Lee, Sidney Lockhart, Glenworth Elize, Mitchell Joseph, Randolph Peltier, and Owen Oscar. The technical staff reads Heinrich Anselm, manager, Shane Marshall, head coach, Ellington Sabin, assistant coach, Keith Prosper, trainer, Courtney Challenger, goalkeeper coach, Albert Noel, medics personnel, and Jerome Badwell, technical director. Dominica will play Antigua and Barbuda at the recreation grounds at 6 p.m. and will return on island on Monday. Meanwhile, former FIFA match officials Carlisle John Baptist and Steve Samuel, along with national senior women goalkeeper Christina Sobers, will also leave Island on Friday, 13th March 2015. Carlisle will participate in a referees, instructors, course, while Steve and Christina will participate in a fitness course for referees. The course will run from 14th to 19th March 2015.
In athletics now, the Pearchild Secondary and Northeast Comprehensive Schools dominated the 2015 Sports Division Secondary Schools Athletics Championship, which ended Wednesday. At the end of day 2, on Wednesday, tallies showed the Pearchilds winning both categories, but following a review of the results, 2 of the Pearchilds girls were disqualified, and the Northeast rose to the top in the girls category with a total of 126 points. Pearchilds placed second with 124 points, Portsmouth Secondary third with 66. Pearchilds boys defended their title with 141 points, while Northeast Comprehensive placed second with 96 points. 7 championship records were broken this year, and 3 new athletes qualified for the 2015 Carifta Games.
It was a splendid competition, and we at the sports division are pleased, and we are happy that these athletes could get this competition. We also would like to say thank you for the schools who participated, knowing that without them and the schools and the athletes, that this competition would not be able to be a success. So many thanks to them.
Dorset, however, expressed concern over the levels of public participation in the games.
In terms of the participation of the public, I must say that our people need to show more pride in their children, in their youth. As a coach, myself, I have an athletics club, and it's always a problem to find parents to come out and support their own children. And so when children go out and participate like this and do this great gestures for the country, I believe the public need to show much more appreciation of it. Where the schools are concerned, yes, I know in many countries when you're having the national championship for the school, it's a big event. It's a big event, and I must say too that track and field athletics is a means to an end for many of our children, our young children. Some of them unable, some of them don't have the means to get into college, into university, and track and field athletics present that opportunity for them.
In softball cricket, the Dominica Softball Development Committee announces matches in the Gifford Toucey Big Edge Financial Services Softball League for this weekend.
BS Inc. versus Fire started on Thursday evening at the Mao playing field from 6 p.m. On Sunday at the Lindo Park from 11 a.m. Goodwill will play against Cornell. Goodwill versus Cornell. That is on Sunday from 11 a.m. at the Lindo Park. And in the afternoon from 2 o'clock we will see the Jolly's Pharmacy coming up against Domlec Sports Club. And at Mao from 12 noon, Port Michel will play against L&O at the Mao playing field. And from 6 p.m. in the evening, Daspa will be playing against the Marina Blasters. These are the matches scheduled for this week and this weekend in the Big Edge Gifford Toucey softball tournament.
And that's all the sporting highlights for now. You can join us tomorrow.
Your weather report is next.
Good evening, viewers, and welcome to tonight's weather broadcast. I'm your presenter, Marshall Alexander. Again, we begin by taking a look at earlier infrared satellite imagery and what it showed. Some low-level clouds which moved across the island chain today, resulting in partly cloudy to cloudy skies across Dominica. Some hazy conditions were also observed. Now, taking a look at earlier radar imagery and what it indicated, some scattered showers across the island chain during the course of today. Tonight's weather is expected to be partly cloudy, hazy and breezy with a few brief scattered showers, and conditions for tomorrow are expected to be fair to partly cloudy and hazy with a few brief scattered showers. Sea conditions are expected to be moderate in open water with waves up to 8 feet. Small craft operators and sea beavers, you're advised to continue to exercise some caution. Conditions for the next 3 days: fair to partly cloudy skies with a few scattered showers can be expected on Friday and Saturday, with an increasing cloudiness and scattered showers expected as we move into Sunday. Conditions for the rest of the Caribbean tomorrow: a high pressure system will continue to dominate conditions across the region, resulting in fair to partly cloudy skies across the northern and central portion of the region, with an increasing cloudiness and scattered showers expected across the extreme southern portion of the island chain. Our international cities forecast: clear skies can be expected in New York, with partly cloudy skies expected in Miami, Caracas, and Beijing. Overcast conditions can be expected in London. Sunrise tomorrow will be at 6:14 a.m. and sunset will be at 6:15 p.m. For more information, you can call the weather hotline at 447-5555 or visit our website at weather.gov.dm. Join us tomorrow for another weather broadcast. Have a good night.
The headlines again: the World Pediatric Project invests millions in medical care for Dominicans. Consultant psychiatrist Dr. Griffin Benjamin condemns the disrespect of vagrants. And free tuition for all DSC Mismatch Jamboree pageant contestants. Send your questions and comments to news@marketing2k4.com. On behalf of the production team, I am Lurian Graham. Thank you for watching.